agreement. Rules and definitions, and each rule with 3 or 4 examples. Already I have sent you in your WhatsApp group. I hope you all have written in your grammar notebook. So it will be easy to understand all these rules. Already if you have written in your notebook. First of all, what is the definition of the subject verb agreement? Subject verb concord means that the number and person of the subject must agree with the verb and given sentence. This agreement of the subject and the verb is called concord or agreement. In the simple language we can say we have a sentence, and in that sentence there is a subject also and verb also. So there should be a proper match between the subject and the verb. This is called the subject verb concord. Like that the example, like you can see this example, a cow eats grass. Okay, we all know a cow is singular. If we have singular subject, it means verb also we have to use singular. So this is called that this is the perfect subject verb agreement, because if the subject is singular, verb should be used singular, not the plural. So this is the definition. Now we will see rules. Rule number 1, third person singular, then we will use verb first form plus s or es. See here very shortly I have written, but tenses already we have completed. You also know in present simple tense we are using first form in all types of sentences, whether it's affirmative or it's negative, interrogative, imperative or etc. We are using always first form. But the thing is, when we have a subject, he, she, it, name or third person singular, verb should be used first form plus s or es. Like that in notebook we have written the sentence structure like that. Subject plus verb first form plus s or es, and at last object we have written in our notebook. Because when the subject is he, she, it, name or any other third person singular, we will use s or es after the first form of the verb. So this is the rule number 1. I have written here, when we have a third person singular as a subject, we will use s or es after the first form of the verb. Example, a cow eats grass, because this is the third person singular. In English already we know speaker is first person, listener is second person, and the third person about whom the first and second person are talking, that is called the third person. And if the third person is singular, we will use s or es after the first form of the verb. After the first form only, don't use this s or es after the second form or the third form. Clear? More examples also you can say. Ram writes a letter, then my sister sings a song. Okay, then the next rule is when subject is one of plus plural noun, verb should be used singular. It means when a sentence is starting with one of, and after this one of, if there is a plural noun, then don't be confused, because sometimes what happens with us when we are writing or when we are filling these verbs in a sentence, we, like that example I have written one of my uncle. Okay, here my uncle also singular, and this one means what? The one only. Okay, we are talking about only one. If there is one of uncles written, then also, because here it is one, so we will use singular one. Now see, if we have two options, play and plays. Okay, then this play is the plural verb and the plays is the singular verb. Why? Because with third person singular, with he, she, it, name or any other third person singular, we are using s or es after the first form of the verb. So this verb is called a singular, and this, when we have a subject like I, we, you, they or any other plural, that time we Then come to the next rule. Rule number 3. When subject and verb are separated by a clause or a long phrase, verb will be used according to the subject. When we have a subject and after this subject, if there is this subject is joined by clause or a phrase, we will use always the verb according to our subject. For example, I have written all the songs that she recorded on the computer are good. See, here I have used are. Why? Because we have songs. The subject is songs. The subject is joined by this clause that she recorded on the computer. Okay? But we will see only the subject. If the subject is plural, we will use plural verb. If the subject is singular, we will use singular verb. One more example I am giving you. Already you have written in your notebook. The aunt who is irritated today. The aunt then who is irritated today. This is the clause. Today is usually very good. We have used is. Is a singular verb. Why? Because subject is the aunt. Aunt is singular. So I need to say when we have a subject and after the subject clause or phrase given, we will always use verb according to our subject. Then let's come to the next rule. Next rule is when two nouns or two pronouns joined by and. We will use verb always plural. Because already we have two nouns and two pronouns, it means when we have more than one subject, it means of course we will use a plural verb. Example, you can see Ram and Shyam are running in ground. Already we know that Ram is another person and Shyam is another person and both are running in the ground. It means we have two subjects. So when we have more than one subject, it means plural verb will be used. Okay? So this is the plural verb. Now we will see our next rule. Next rule is when two nouns or two pronouns or two subjects are joined by, with, together with, along with or as well as, we will use verb according to the first subject. See, when two subjects are joined by, these four words you have to learn. With, if there we have two subjects and between both of these there is with given, or together with, along with or as well as. Verb according to first subject. See, when we have these type of sentence, sure we will have two subjects. Like one example I am giving you. I with my mother dash going to market. Then the first subject is I, the second subject is my mother. Between both of these subjects I have used with. It means this rule we can follow here. So with, together with, along with or as well as. The first subject is I. So we will use in this sentence am, not is. Clear? Because the first subject is I. I with my mother am going to market. Now, example here I have written farmer along with his sons. Farmer along with his sons. Farmer is the first subject and his sons is the second subject. But we will use verb according to our first subject. And the first subject is farmer. Farmer means singular subject. If we have singular subject, we will use the verb also singular. So here I have written is, and is a singular verb. Okay? Rules already you have written, and then also if you have not written, then you can take screenshot of this. Then after you first you take the screenshot, then I will write the next point. Now see the next rule. Rule number 6. Rule number 6 I have written. When in a sentence distributive pronoun given. Distributive neither. These all are many these all are known as a distributive pronoun. So for this I have a a short trick I am giving you. So by this short trick easily you can learn all these distributive pronoun. See, everybody look here. I am writing here S A N E B O T. In short, you have to learn only same boat. By this same boat, we will learn 15 distributive pronouns. The S means what? S means some. A, any, no, any, every. B, body, one, and T is thing. Okay, I have written here 7 letters. Same board. S A N E B O T. Now S means what? Some. A, any, N, no, E, every, B, body, O, one, and T means thing. Now what we will do? We will join each these 4 with all 3. See, somebody, someone, something. This sum, it means by this sum somebody, someone, something. Like anybody, anyone, anything, nobody, no one, nothing, everybody, everyone, everything. Like this, it means by this we can make here 12 distributive pronouns, because these are 4 multiplied by 3 is equal to 12. Somebody, someone, something, anybody, anyone, anything, nobody, no one, nothing, and everybody, everyone, everything. Same what you have to learn. Then you have to learn only this S refers to some, any, no, everybody, one, and thing. Then you have to easily you can make this 12 distributive pronoun plus 3 more. 12 plus each, either, and neither. So these are the 15 words are known as a distributive pronoun. Okay, and the simple thing is that with all these 15 distributive pronouns we will always use singular verb. Now see examples I have written. Neither of 5 boys. See, the subject is 5 boys, but then also I have written here is, and this is the correct. Why? Because the sentence is starting with distributive pronoun neither. See, the important thing is neither should not be given with its pair, like the neither nor. It is a pair. Either or, it is a pair. But when we have this word neither without its pair, it means this is called the distributive pronoun. See, here I have written only either and neither. Okay, so neither of the 5 boys. Now we will not see that here we have 5 boys. It means among these 5, no one is eating. In Hindi we can say koi bhi nahi kha raha. It means we are using neither, then we will use always singular verb. Then see the next example. Each student has to come in uniform. Each is a distributive pronoun. Don't focus at this that when we have a subject is a plural. Don't use plural verb if there is a distributive pronoun given in a sentence. Okay? We will see only this each, this neither, or all these distributive pronoun. If these words in simple language अगर सेंटेंस में डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव प्रोनाउन दिया हुआ है, इट मीन्स वी हैव टू यूज ऑलवेज द सिंगुलर वर्ब. सो वी हैव यूज हियर सिंगुलर वर्ब. हैज इज द सिंगुलर वर्ब and the plural verb is have. But in a sentence each given we will use the singular verb. Okay, so this short trick you can write in your notebook also. This is the same board. Now come to the next rule. Next rule is subjects are either or, neither nor, not only but also, or. Okay, it means if we have a sentence and if in a sentence either or given, neither nor given, not only but also given, or simple or given, it means pretty sure we will have the two subjects when these are given with its a pair like that. Either and or both are given. Neither and nor both are given. Not only but also both are given, and or also. Because these words we will use with two subjects always. Like what? Ram or Shyam. Not only Ram but also Shyam. Neither Ram nor Shyam. Either Ram or Shyam. So when we have these type of words in a sentence, we will use verb. Verb will be used according to the second subject. Okay? See the example. Neither she nor I. The first subject is she. Second subject is I. The simple thing is we have to use verb according to second subject. Second subject is I. With I we always use am. Okay? Don't confuse that we have two subjects. Because neither she, na to wo or na hi main, coming with you. Neither she nor I am coming with you. Okay? See the rule number 5 we have written when we have two subjects in a sentence, and between these subjects we have a with, together with, along with, or as well as given. That time we are using verb according to first subjects. But when we have a neither nor, either or, not only but also, or given, we will use verb according to the second subject. For this also I have a short trick for you. You have to learn only this ino to. This easily you can learn ino to. Now by this ino to we will make all these four words. See, e and o is a either or. Okay, n and o, neither nor. Okay, then n o, not only but also, and o means or. Okay, this is a short trick, so like this you can learn easily. Then I have written 2 means what? According to second subject. It means when we have a ino to in a sentence, we will use to. To means according to the second subject, we will use verb. Okay? Again I repeat, either or, neither nor, not only but also, and or. Given in a sentence, we will always use verb according to second subject of a sentence. Okay? Now we will see the next rule. Now you can take screenshot of this if you want to write in your notebook. Next rule is rule number 9, that is when in a sentence we have a fixed amount or quantity or a distance given, we will use always singular verb. Like example you can see 500 rupees. See, rupees is the plural, but clearly there is written when we have a fixed amount, we will always use singular verb. So I have used here is, and it is correct. Next rule is when we have a collective noun in a sentence. Collective noun we all know, class, army, these all are the collective noun. Judge, or a group of like that herd, HERD, this is or the crowd, these all are known as the collective nouns. So when in a sentence collective noun given, generally we are using singular verb. Okay, if they all are attached with one thing, if they all are doing one thing only, that time we will use singular verb. But sometimes what happens when they all are separated from each other, we will use a plural verb. See, for this I have written 2 examples. Easily you can understand what is the difference. I mean to say when collective noun is given in a sentence and they all are agreed with one thing, we will use singular. Because they all are doing the same thing, singular verb. Not agreed with one thing, then the plural verb. See example, the jury are divided in their opinions. See, jury means what? Group of judges. Okay, it means when they are divided in their opinions. Opinions means each judge has different opinions. Now they all are divided. The rule is saying to us when they all are agreed for one thing. judges, they all have taken one decision. They all are agreed for one thing. Okay, so the singular verb I have used. Okay, it means when the collective noun given in a sentence and they all are agreed for one thing. Singular verb, separated, plural verb. Next rule, when in a sentence uncountable noun given, singular verb will be used. Uncountable noun. Example, the furniture in his room is very good. See, furniture we cannot count 1, 2, 3. So it is a uncountable. So when we have an uncountable noun in a sentence, we will always use singular verb. Next rule is when we have same identical parts given in a sentence, like see, trousers, scissors, binoculars, clippers, and forceps, tongs, shears, goggles, spectacles, specs. Okay, it means like specs you can see two different parts, but both are joined with one thing. Okay, but the part are different. This glass is the other and this is the other. Okay, so when we have a same identical parts given in a sentence, we will use plural verb. Example, say you can see her specs are attractive, not is, are. Trousers, two parts are divided from each other, from the upper side joined but divided. So when we have these type of identical parts, we will use plural verb, like that your binoculars are on the table. Okay, next rules now I will explain you. First you can take a screenshot of this. Now the next rule number 30. Phrases when in a sentence, phrases given like a lot of, a creative, plenty of, some of. That time we will use singular verb when this subject referring to amount, when they are given in the amount. But when in a number given, that time according to subject. Okay, example, a lot of money. See, lot of money, it means we have an amount. That time we will use the singular verb. And the last one is when in a sentence we have a name of subject or a name of a disease given, we will use a singular verb. The verb will be used always singular verb will be used, like maths is my favorite subject, mathematics is my favorite subject, physics is my favorite subject. Okay, then see the next example. Cancer is very common disease. Cancer is a very common disease. Like any other disease name given, we will use singular verb, like typhoid, measles, these all are the name of the disease. So we will use the singular verb when we have subjects like this. Okay, so with this the topic is completed. Then see, sometimes this type of also noun given when in the fraction form, the noun given like 2/3 of the students then are absent. It means when the noun is given in the fraction form, plural verb will be used. 2/3 of the book is torn. So when the fraction given, so after the fraction we will see the subject. If the subject is singular, verb will be singular. Subject is plural, then the verb will be plural. Example here I am writing, so by this you can understand. First example is 2/3 of students. 2/3 of the students then are absent. Why? Because this 2/3 is the fraction. After this the subject is students. It is in plural form, so we have used the plural verb. But after this fraction, if there is only the student, okay, then we will use is. So after fraction, if the subject is singular, singular verb will be used, and if the subject is plural, plural verb will be used. Then also like that, when a sentence is starting with a number of students. Students given starting with the number, singular verb will be used. And if in a sentence many are given, it means after many, because if only many, we always know many is the plural verb, plural word, so plural verb will be used. But after many, if there is a also given, it means singular verb will be used. Okay, many students are coming with me. Many a student is coming with me. Okay, so now this topic is completed. I hope you all have written these rules and examples. If now also not written, then please complete your written work and send me your videos. From Monday I will send you message in your WhatsApp group. So till Monday complete your work. Till Sunday only complete your work. From Monday I will ask you to send your written work video. Thank you for watching the video. Have a nice day.